Hello there, folks. Hatma here, and I actually hope you're having a lovely day. We're playing Ultimate General American Revolution. As British, this is the beginning of our campaign. I know I streamed the first part of the campaign. The problem is, for some reason, I cannot keep my save on Exola. So I'm waiting for the Steam version so I can actually make some progress. This will not be a proper campaign start. This will be more of a tutorial of how to survive economically speaking. I'm going to try to avoid all the fighting, and I'm going to try to explain how to have solid finances in the British campaign, because I think this is the biggest challenge by far of all. We are seeing our colonies. We're actually going to go first to Boston for a couple of reasons. This is like a historical place where Howe would have landed. And also, Boston is a big garrison, has huge garrisons, so you don't really have to move your troops during the winter season. They get attrition, even for a short while, to go from Boston to Leicester or from Newport to Hartford. They get attrition, so you don't really need that. We're just going to go to Boston. Nothing changes here. And we're going to try to turtle up. Our idea here would be to basically control everything north, like Canada. From Quebec to these forts, Russell, then Port Ontario, Fort Stanwix, Herkimer, then we have Saratoga, Albany, Kingston, Fort Montgomery, Fort Clinton, and New York. Why? Because this is a defensive position. We have a couple of forts here. We have a bunch of forts on this side, protecting our left flank. We have a bunch of forts on this side as well. And basically, we're going to try to occupy all of these settlements. The problem is that we're gonna have uprisings pretty much everywhere where we don't have high enough loyalty. We started off with minus 20 tensions with the natives and a plus 10% loyalty. So I hope that this can help us survive. Our original move would be to actually get rid of Royal Navy. Royal Navy is a huge expenditure. I think it costs about 12,000 to start off, so you're gonna be losing a lot of money really fast. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna basically get rid of all the ships. Do not worry, we will be able to later re-equip the ships and commission them back again into the game, but for 2 months we don't really need that. It's January, February, March, April. I think April 17 is the time of the revolution. So we're gonna have some time, like 2 months. We're not gonna be paying for Navy at all. And another thing, we're gonna have more officers that we can employ in construction. The money that we save based on Navy will be spent in construction and speeding up construction. I just wanna make sure that I get rid of all my ships. So we don't have to pay for it. We cannot be cheaping out on our infantry and our army because, well, very simple. Our army is very much necessary to keep the possessions. We're not going to try to keep everything because, as we said, like, this is impossible. And even the borders that I kind of draw are also very difficult to maintain, but I think it's plausible. More than that, it's almost impossible to do. So now we're going to go and find some places where our garrisons are in the Fort St. Augustine, pardon me. We're gonna push them to maybe Albany. Can you guys go there? Yeah, I hope so. There are a couple of guys here. I just forgot where they are. For Keckley, you guys as well. Are you gonna go where exactly? Fort Stanwix. We have Fort Niagara. Get out. I'm gonna make sure that these guys move, and I'm gonna check army management, garrisons. Okay. In the south, there is no way we can actually control this. So we're gonna send you to Fort Herkimer. Seems like they're moving. That's good. I had occasion where they weren't moving, actually. We also gonna check here, Boston. Okay, we have some guys over here. We will be moving you elsewhere. Bennington. Port Lovell can stay. Ticonderoga, of course. I think I can move some of these guys. Yeah. Maybe you can go south to Fort Saratoga. What else we can do? We could actually build a capital here in Hartford and New Haven. We're not gonna have enough construction material right now, but it's Saturday, and then couple of days we're gonna have enough construction material. Why? Because these are two most productive cities for us. This will give us some more loyalty, this will give us some more money, and this will unlock basically all of these areas so we can construct whatever we need a bit later, and we can afford it. Basically, if we play it right, we should be able to afford these types of upgrades early on. And because everything is locked until we get our departments, these are the only things that we can actually upgrade. Let's speed it up. We're not gonna read everything. I'm not gonna deal with those problems. You guys gonna go straight to Boston. We're gonna get rid of this. Another great thing with these, well, with decommissioning Navy ships is basically that we have a big number of specialists, and that we also have a lot of naval officers. We gotta utilize them. Oh, New Haven. Let's do this one. Okay, these guys are moving, which is great. This is the time to stop. We can actually start with the first one. We're gonna go with the Council of War. Yes. We're gonna get a couple of generals. Cornwallis maybe, and Charles Douglas. Why not? Like, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna be playing the proper campaign. I just want to show you how you guys can actually make some money. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, I did click here. Sorry about that. When we go to Britain here, there are a couple of things to understand. So we have 23 anchored ships. So these are ships that are not really transporting anything. And we have 7 ships that are transporting stuff, right? I do not know why this is the case. I remember I did some testing with the campaign. There was a time when I had like 80 anchored ships. And the problem was that I had a lot of fur that I could not transfer to England. By the way, prices are basically double. If you transfer your goods like tobacco or rum or fur to England, you can sell it for double the price. The problem is that this is not really working correctly. At some time, like I had like maybe 6 or even 9 fur being transported a week, but I was producing like 40. So you cannot really sell your goods. And the problem again is if you go back to the States, we cannot really see the market. But basically, when you have the option, here you have the option to send something to the US, or from US to send it here, to buy it or to sell it. You cannot have the same option to sell. Maybe I wanna send, if I'm in the US, I wanna send like everything above 10 fur. If I'm in the US, like everything that's above 10 fur will go to England. Maybe if it's above 30 fur, I'm gonna try to sell it. You cannot do that. You can either choose this one or this one. So it's a big problem. And currently this mechanic is not working as intended. At least I believe so. Maybe I need to do some more testing, but I believe that it's better to actually sell things in England early on. We'll see a bit later, but we're gonna try to make some money there. We just want to make sure. We don't really want to send ammo to the US because, yeah, why? Provisions, we're gonna stop shipping them to England. Let me check. Resources. We gotta go to production, and in England we can't do that even before the US. We're gonna go to muskets, and we're gonna go to brown besses, because brown besses are pretty much necessary, and we're gonna get 2 infantry regiments real quick, because we're gonna play this proper. We're just not gonna fight, and we can have maybe another one. Currently, we only have Bristol. As the campaign progresses, we're going to have more options, of course, more cities in England. Yeah, that's okay. We're going to get ourselves mortars. I don't really care much about Cav, and we had some problems resupplying, so I'm just going to get rid of them. Maybe I shouldn't, but that's it for the time being. We could immediately ship them. Let's create a fleet, and we're gonna send these boys on the armed troop transport. Let's do the same. These guys are gonna stay there. We also need to check the navy. We're gonna set sail. Yeah, we're sure. And let's go to shipyard. We're gonna decommission these ships, because they are costing us a lot of money. Just want to check if we're paying about 8,000 just because of these 4 ships. Now they're gone, so we should not be worried about it, but still. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. You're gonna wait until the end of the day. Perfect. We're gonna get some. The good thing is that they made you get a lot of rewards on how to basically play your campaign. And let's go to Council of War. We're gonna get some of these guys. Of course, we have to go to research. I would feel like Council of War is not that important for our current state of campaign here. Of course, it's important, like you can get some additional research, you can go for militia stats, but for this playstyle that we're gonna have, it's not crucial. So again, we're just gonna speed it up. Supply and logistics. Okay, excellent. Reinforce your troops. Here we're gonna go for militia regiment, and we need to speed up this one. So make sure when it's like 20 days to click here to speed it up. How about here? We're gonna select naval officers, because we have a lot of decommissioned officers from the ships. Of course, we're gonna go for this one, and our path would be to go to grain mill, then rum distillery, and this is the key one for us, fur trading. We want to make a lot of money, and we're gonna need a lot of fur for that. But I can say that British tech tree is completely different from the American one. Also very interesting in its own way. So I really love what they did with technologies. Okay, we get some extra troops here. We're gonna make sure they can also land Boston. But something I forgot, we're gonna lower down the salaries, 10%. Something I should have done earlier, by the way. But it's been like 2 days since I played this, so I'm not at my sharpest, to be honest. 10% is enough not to attrition. If you increase to like 15%, if you decrease to 15%, you're gonna have attrition problem. And it's very difficult to replenish the losses here. So we're just gonna go for this one. We also want to make sure that something happens with the market. Currently, we're selling a lot of fur. We have none, by the way. We're just gonna sell it. Auto sell. If we have more than 10, we're gonna auto sell. With textiles, I think more than 50, we're gonna auto sell. Because we're gonna need it for shipbuilding. We're not gonna set provisions to England. It doesn't make any sense, at least for me. I'm not gonna do that. And when it comes to resources, we're not gonna send copper. We're gonna send iron. Maybe saltpeter can stay here. Coal. Not really. We're gonna be sending wood. That's for sure. Above 100. I think. Horses. Okay, horses can be shipped. That's okay. The reason why we're simplifying this, we're gonna need musket production. And in order to get musket production, we need iron and we need wood. Everything else is kind of unnecessary for the time being. Nothing else here. Let's wait. We're gonna go for militia regiment. And then we're gonna go again for the militia regiment. And then maybe government efficiency would be interesting, but we shall see. We shall see about that. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna select one naval officer for this one. You're gonna get the Weaver Shop upgrade a bit later. These guys are not moving for some reason. Come on. We need to get into our positions because we need every single regiment. And we're not going to get rid of them because, well, it's a major problem recruiting regular troops. We can only do that in England. And you can see here that we are making profits. Oh, we have a singular ship. I forgot about it. Damn it. We're making a lot of money right now. Even though I haven't played this perfectly. And of course, because Boston has a huge garrison, we don't have to really worry about moving our troops. They're not gonna attrition. Right now, we will be losing like, I don't know, like over 10 to 12,000 just based on the Navy. This is the entire net income for us right now. And imagine this for like basically the 2 months, or maybe even a bit more than 2 months. That's a lot of money. We're cheaping out on salaries, on everything, and this should give us some results. We can speed up this one, but it doesn't matter. We're not gonna do that. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. So in Hartford, this one is complete. We're gonna wait for a couple of more days. We're gonna go for this one because we need some more reputation. Send a regiment and a warship to colonies. We're not gonna do this right now. We're gonna get some extra money, and this is good, but yeah. We're just gonna be checking for the events. Oh, we have we're gonna get some new infantry regiments. Oh god, I wish they had automated creation for the regiments. I talked about it in one of my previous episodes, so like what needs to change in the game. We can get an additional one, of course. And we have to go with artillery, 6-pounder, that's okay. We're gonna create a fleet. That's pretty good. We're gonna set sail. Yes, we need all the troops we can get, because it takes them like 32 days to get to the colonies. We have to be patient, but all this time we were getting more and more money. Okay, this is it. Are we gonna get a naval officer? We're gonna go to 2, because copper here will pay for itself basically, and coal is for free. Basically, if you sell copper, you basically have 1 coal for free. So this is okay. If we go one above this one, you're gonna get construction material and insane price increase. It's not really worth it, so just go with 2. I would recommend. Lumber mill would be our first one when it comes to royal colony. Then we're gonna go for tax house. This will increase tax income, and we're only going to use this in a couple of major settlements, basically New Haven, Hartford, maybe Boston, and we are looking for trade depot, because this will give us an extra income, right? Then can we do like Secret Service cannot be done here, but we can start construction here. And first we're gonna go for all economic buildings. Here will be merchant stall, and maybe we can get Weaver's house. Let's do that, because we saved a lot of money. Now we will be about maybe 60,000 by this time if we had the Royal Navy, but because we don't have it, we have like twice as much money, and that means that we can actually afford to pay for construction officers. In Millbro, the problem is that now this will take forever, basically. I'm gonna go for maybe printing press immediately. Now I'm gonna go for schoolhouse, because we're gonna be struggling with specialists. Schoolhouse, I think I'm gonna do the same thing here. And of course, in all the major regions that have 2 or 3 settlements, we're gonna use construction officers. In Leicester, we will do fur trader first, and then we're gonna do a merchant stall. Because it has good construction numbers, we don't really have to pay for anything extra. Here we're gonna do pretty much the same. I think I'm gonna go for printing press. Nah, let's go for this one. In Hartford, again, this will be the fastest one to complete. So we can actually go for a Weaver's house, and we can go for officer school. Merchant stalls, yep. We're not gonna build any loyalty buildings right now, because these regions are, well, usually with high loyalty. We're not gonna worry about them early on. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about the difference. We need a lot of fur. We need a return on our investment ASAP. So I'm gonna go with this one, and let me check here. We're gonna go for fur as well. Then merchant stall. I guess we can get a printing press here. This is a region we don't really want to garrison necessarily. So we're also gonna focus on getting loyalty higher in this region. In Portsmouth, we kind of have to have a garrison, so we're gonna focus primarily on income buildings, and a bit later we're gonna focus on printing press. In Fort George, in Fort Frank, we have to garrison these places for sure. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna focus on production buildings, because we always gonna have garrison here. It doesn't matter what the loyalty is. So we're gonna go for carpenter, I believe, and we're gonna do the same here. We're gonna give them construction officer, but only for the first part. We have to be very conservative of what we do with our construction buildings. I think I'm gonna go the same here. On this side, we're gonna go with fur trade. Castine will be merchant stall. Should we go for printing press? I'm not quite sure, to be honest. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna keep an eye on Castine. And let's go with this one. We're already spending a lot of money, as you can see. That's insane. A fur? Because fur is cheaper and easier to construct. How about here? I think merchant stall, because we can get fur in Quebec or Quebec. The first time I heard it on the stream, it was pronounced. We're gonna go for the merchant stall. It has pretty good construction numbers, so we're gonna build 2 buildings here. Weaver's house. The same story will be here. In Montreal. And then we're gonna first go with fur trade, my bad. But we're gonna need printing press as well. We're not gonna have insane problems with Canada when it comes to loyalty. It's not gonna be as bad as in the central colonies. The thing is, we have to keep loyalty high, so we don't really have to man these areas in Canada. Again, we're gonna focus on fur. I'm just hoping I'm not missing any buildings. We kind of have to garrison these forts early on. I'm not really intending to garrison them a bit later, but we have to do it right now, and I'm gonna make sure that they have a construction officer as well, but we're gonna quickly come back to this one. Fur trade, that's cool. I don't think I forgot about anybody. Again, we have 2 forts here. They belong to the same region. We're gonna go for fur trade, and then we're gonna go for a printing press. When the taxes a bit later increase or they double, we're not gonna be able to have positive loyalty, but the loyalty will go down at a very slow rate, and this is something that we're really looking for. Here we're gonna have fur trade, and we're gonna have merchant stall. For these guys, maybe it's even better to have yeah, let's actually go with the construction officer. I usually don't do that, but let's go with it here. On this side, we're gonna focus again, fur trade, merchant stall, printing press. Here will be fur trade and printing press, because eventually we want to move from these regions into newly conquered lands. or reconquer the lands that Americans took from us. So we also gonna need different buildings. I'm gonna spend all of my money, but that's okay. This is how we do it in the US of A. Talking about the fiscal deficit, let's yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this one. Construction officer. Here we already have a construction officer. We're just gonna go with a merchant stall. Production buildings first. In New York, we're gonna have a merchant stall. In Hempstead, though, should we go for rum? Yeah, I think we're gonna go for rum distillery and merchant stall. And here we're gonna need construction officer for sure. I think that's pretty much it. We spent 90,000. Wow, that was fun. That was fun for sure. Maybe we can build additional buildings. Let's go for carpenter. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we cannot have any additional projects. Let's wait for 2 more days. Perfect. We're gonna get some extra money. I think we're gonna sell some fur here. Let's go to goods, to fur. Just gonna sell. Whatever comes their way, we're gonna sell here. We need to recover some of the money lost, of course. We're gonna speed this up because we actually need militia. Successful deal, excellent. By completing these things, you can easily get some extra money to get you going. Let's check. Here we're gonna go for colony organization too. We want to increase militia limit because if we want to keep these territories, we're gonna need more militia. We cannot do that here. Damn it. We need a recruiting spot. These guys are way too good for militia units, but oh, dang it, I forgot to produce muskets. That sucks. That truly sucks. I made a huge mistake. Let's buy like That's a lot of money. Well, we're gonna be paying the price. I made a huge mistake. I should have started production of weapons here, but I forgot. We need to recruit our militia. That's it. Nothing else matters. Again, we're gonna go for No. Am I crazy? Yeah, I'm just misclicking. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. Sometimes difficult to make it perfect. Guys from Castine, we're gonna get you out. You're gonna go to the north. Noriwook. That's cool. We're also gonna get guys from Castine. Tiona, you guys gonna go there? What is happening, Lemon? Yeah, that was a really bad thing. Having to pay like 10,000 for civilian muskets. It's a huge hit. Financially, but if I played it right from the get-go, we will not have to pay for that. As we said before, it's a really big investment. Okay, we can do additional research. We're gonna speed it up. $90,000. Jesus Christ. Even with the things that we sold, but kind of market was compensated because of our purchase of muskets. So we have to pretty much play this perfect. Where are the troops heading to Fort Herkimer? I thought that we had these guys are way too far. Now you're gonna go to Fort Herkimer. Let's make sure we go there. We're gonna continue with this one. Secret Service. I guess we're gonna take naval officer. We're gonna go for newspaper. And then maybe college. Newspaper will be crucial for us here. Because eventually, things gonna get worse with loyalty in colonies. But if we have high enough loyalty, we're gonna survive. We will be able to survive, basically, without having to concentrate our troops in these cities. And we can allow ourselves to go elsewhere. Rebel activity. We're gonna wait for one more day. And we're gonna turn this off. Fort Frank is here. We're gonna stop the construction. We're gonna save the money because these things are not crucial. We have a lot of construction material. Let's continue. Oh, here we didn't pay for it? I was sure we did. My bad. Can we find somebody better? Okay, this guy's better. And we're gonna build this one as well. Is this possible? Did I really miss a lot of these things? Unbelievable. Yeah, I guess I did in the end. That sucks. We can go for militia stat. That will be interesting. But I'm gonna go for garrison command. This will speed up our research in the future. Maybe actually going after this one. This can help us a lot when it comes to speeding research in the future. I think the British research is completely different from the American one. Merchant stalls. We should be getting our income back. Let me check. Here we have these guys. They're coming in. And maybe now is the time to go to Newport with some of these troops. Just gonna be checking. Again, I didn't... Really? Didn't get a construction officer for this? I suck. But it's more difficult when you have to speak as well. Let alone when you're on the stream. That's it's way more difficult. I admire people that can actually focus on their game when they're streaming, because I cannot for sure. We're actually gonna push you guys there. You guys there. Things are getting progressively worse. Can we speed up something? And nothing of value for the time being. Oh, this is cool. We'll have to show some patience for some of these regions. We're gonna go with the schoolhouse here, and we're gonna go for printing press on this side. In Leicester, everything is looking good. I think we're gonna go with the schoolhouse once again. Schoolhouse is very important. Constantly need to check on what is happening with construction. Printing press should be next. We want to make sure that we have a high enough loyalty. Canada will probably face French invasion eventually. We're spending a lot on construction. We're gonna go with this one. And this one. And I think we can go with printing press everywhere here. It's a big region, gonna get punished big time. Let's see what's the loyalty count. Minus 0.6. Overall minus 0.4. That's pretty bad. You have a couple of these guys like spotting, Cornwallis, command radius. Their job would just be to go to different places. Maybe Providence would be a good destination. Let me check what's happening in Bristol. These guys are almost ready to go. And this is where the taxation goes high, and we get 80 days to collect 10,000 pounds. So Hopefully, we're gonna have enough. Okay, we're getting some extra fur. How about in Salem? Okay, maybe we can stop here. Let me think. We're getting some extra money. Yeah, things are not looking bad. I'm gonna get rid of this one, and we're gonna spend. Yeah, we're gonna get 200 per week extra, and we're gonna go back for carpenter for sure. I think I'm gonna do the same here because we haven't started the construction yet. 230. This will be a major income boost. It will lower down the loyalty, that's for sure, but what the hell? We have to worry about our financial situation. And how about here? If we go for... Yeah, for sure. Maybe we could do the same thing in Leicester. Let's actually do that. Basically, in all the major settlements, we should do something like this. It's too bad they did not fix New York population. In American campaign, it's over 20,000, I believe. Okay, we have these regions settled, pretty much. Maybe we should go for carpenter. Well, we can. We're gonna get some loyalty here. Have to be patient with this one. We need this loyalty buff. As I said, I'm sorry if this is boring. The idea was to just show how to consolidate your forces and how to survive early on as British. Maybe we can get these guys out. Let's actually go there. Fort George is unattended, and this is something that worries me. Yeah, we gotta said we're gonna go for a trading post. This is our goal. You guys gonna get out of Newport. We're gonna go back to England, to Bristol. Let's create a fleet. We're gonna get some reinforcements. Set sail 30 days. Interesting, sometimes it's like 32, sometimes it's 30. And this time around, I didn't get as many pop-up missions. Maybe because I didn't complete this one. Or the previous one, I don't know. But very soon there will be a rebellion in about less than 10 days, in about a week. So we need to make sure that all of the critical settlements are manned. I'm always double checking because I do not want to spend my construction officer and basically do nothing with it. We're gonna go for printing press, I think. And here will also be printing press next. We're already making a lot of money. Even though we're paying for a lot of construction, we're making a lot of money. Let me check. We have ourselves... That's better. Let's move them up. We're purposefully leaving out Leicester unattended. Can we get additional... Yeah, we can't really get militia. That sucks. But very soon we're gonna have to keep the Navy. You're gonna start building Navy. Primarily to guard... whenever you have a ship in the port, that will be sufficient. You don't really have to have... maybe you guys can go to Fort George. You can either have a general or you can have a ship in a specific place in a port, and they will not rebel if you have a navy there stationed. Let me check. Colonial Secretary. Oh, we could go for this one. These are good ships. The thing is that we need wet docks, ship degradation -5%. And then the ship maintenance cost -5%. And then we're going to go for textile mill. This is the way to make money. This is the way to cut down the costs. Nothing else. Because early on, you're not going to be fighting the Spanish or French. You're just going to be fighting the Americans. And they don't really have a good navy. They're going to have a lot of ships, but they're not going to have a good navy. Can we speed it up? Just a little bit more. Okay, we're going to stop construction here. 4 days. Can actually go for taxation officer. Taxation officer. For tax office, pardon me. Pardon my French. Okay. It begins on 14th. You guys gonna stay there? We're gonna join brigade, and I'm just gonna give you guys some extra stats. We can still cheap out on our salaries as of now. This will increase basically attrition, but not that big of a deal. And now what we can do, we can go to Bristol, and we can send like 300. We have a lot of ships there. Well, not a lot of ships. We have 4 ships that are anchored. And maybe now is the time to start thinking about constructing some ships. Not supply, pardon me. We're going to go to ships. And we're going to go to merchant ships. They will cost us about 500 per day. That's a lot of money. Let's check the mission costs. So we currently have, I think, 9 missions active. And we're going to check on them real quick. We have one in New York. Okay. Boston. We have one here, one there. Let's real check some of them. Okay, we've been paying for this one for no reason. Just gonna go with printing press. Why the hell not? Poor George is here. Maybe Lemon should be addressed, but currently we don't have enough men to do so. In Montgomery, I think we could be patient. We're gonna have men stationed here, so I'm just gonna turn this off as well. Kingston, we're slowly but surely progressing. If I turn it off here, it will be like 0, so I'm gonna wait for a couple of more days. Here as well, a couple of more days will be sufficient. We have to wait for a bit longer, 1 day. Sure, we can wait for that. There will be a rebellion in Leicester. So we're waiting for the rebellion to occur. Now we're going to turn it off. Of course, we can do something. Maybe schoolhouse would be cool. Yep, maybe we're attritioning for no reason. Maybe I was early on. I'm not gonna fight this one, but you should. You definitely should to get some extra reputation. Let me check. What is the situation? 31 more days until we can do something about it. Okay. It's time to start thinking about maybe a tax office. And now we're gonna need some navy, the smallest ships that is, that we can get. The same would be here. In Castine, we can get... yeah, we're gonna go with this one. We have a ship here, and Portsmouth's situation is doing all right. Things are looking rather okay. I think I'm gonna upgrade this one. And you guys gonna leave? Maybe we should go for New York. Poor Hartford for the time being. Yeah, I'm attritioning men for no reason here, but now I'm kind of stuck. I have to wait.
Keep moving.
Okay, this is working. Cool. Maybe because we're so close to Leicester. I'm sure there is an event when they actually take Leicester. Or maybe they changed something. I don't know. Are these French? Are we at war with French? Or maybe they're just the Americans. Okay, we're gonna let them take Leicester. We have to deal with them here.
Charge forward. Press the attack.
We're gonna pay for it. Okay. This is good. You guys gonna push them? I'm gonna try not to fight.
Aim true.
We should be able to beat them rather easy. They're gonna run back to Leicester, I think. At least I hope so. We're gonna disband the brigade. You guys gonna get something. Damn it, we have to stay there.
Hold the line.
And this is what I hate right here. Basically having to chase after them everywhere. You're gonna leave brigade. I should have fought this manually, but I was too lazy. Yeah, now we have to chase after them. Smith, you can move up. Let's capture... Come on, surrender already.
Flank them. Aim true.
Come on. I'll try to charge them. I'm not sure if those guys survived or they did not. It's very difficult to say.
Charge forward.
Okay, they surrendered. In here, we can start some construction. That is... Albany... We can go for schoolhouse, but we're gonna turn this off. It's not really necessary anymore. And we're gonna do the same here. In Bennington, things are looking great, so we don't really need to man both of those. But in Fort Frederick, things are looking grim. Did we kill them? I don't know. Seems like things are looking much better here. Let me check. In Boston, printing press is necessary. Maybe we can move our troops from Boston, but we need additional navy. Yeah, we need a ship here. As long as we have officers, that's good. And then these guys will be free. Maybe somebody should go to Lemon. I'm gonna move you there until I can find somebody else to do that job. And we should have somebody in Province. We can have Al here.
Regroup here.
Let's go to Hartford.
Keep moving.
Leicester is looking bester. I don't think that New York is any kind of danger as of now. But we will have to transfer some of our troops there for sure. Okay. Oh, they're alive. I cannot really spare those troops. This is what I really hate about this game, when you have to really chase down very small, tiny units.
Victory or death.
You guys gotta move to Leicester. I have no idea what these guys are gonna do. Okay, we have you. You're gonna go to this place. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off here. It's really not necessary. How many more places are we paying for? 1, 2. We're not doing it here. I need to check once again. Very difficult to tell. We could really do a better job with UI. Okay, 1, 2, basically 3. I think we can get some extra infantry in Bristol. But we can only get one regiment, I think. We don't have enough muskets for more. Okay, they still have enough wood and iron. So we did a kind of a good job here. I think I'm gonna go with printing press now. And we're gonna go for church. This will lower down the negatives of taxes. We're getting some reinforcements. Oh, they're in Boston. I forgot. Maybe I can send them to Portsmouth. Maybe I can build something in Portsmouth, actually. Schoolhouse. When we start to get a navy, we need to spend a lot of specialists on that navy, so printing press will be better here. This one could work. Even though we haven't played this perfectly, we still have 70,000 in the bank. And we're good about 5,000. And we're spending... Yeah, we're actually good 20,000. This will go down, for sure. How? Can you move there? And we're just gonna try to spot these guys and see what they're up to. And by the way, this would be ideal time to go after the Americans before they get Continental Army set up. We're gonna go to New York. In Leicester, we have these guys. They're gonna get out. Yeah, we're getting some extra reinforcements. Let me check. Oh yeah, we can speed this up. We're gonna go here and go for government efficiency, actually, I think. Yeah, just like that. Hartford is good. We're not gonna worry about it for quite some time. He's gonna go to New Haven. And I think that's it. Yeah. What we're gonna do, we're gonna play until we pay the taxes to Crown. This is the idea of this episode. It might be a bit too long. I'm not sure if I'm gonna cut it or not, but... It's full of very small details. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be interesting for you guys or not, but I just wanted to do it because I can keep my saves. Like, otherwise I will be playing the campaign. We could go for specialists. I think, but we're gonna need more money, so I think I'm gonna go for government efficiency because government efficiency gives you a more overall income. And here we could go for college, which would be easier to research, but I think that newspaper is better. Because right now we're holding up with printing press, but if we could get newspaper, it will cost us money, of course. But if we could get to it in a relatively short period of time, we'll be able to abandon these positions and just move more and more troops to face the enemy. We will not have to man all of the regions.
Forward!
Looks good. Newport as well. We could get some additional militia though. For Lemon, we're gonna need... Maybe for Fort Stephens as well. Burlington. Yeah, we're gonna need more militia. And the reason why we're hiring only one company is because of the price. We're giving them the crappiest weapons. We're gonna keep our brown vests for our line infantry, for our redcoats, and these guys will be just yeah, this is good. We're losing loyalty here, but it's only 0.2. It would be like 0.8 if we didn't do this. So when we get newspapers, we're not gonna have to worry about this at all. We can leave them unattended. Oh, that was fight. So we have our fur trade messed up. We could go for printing press as well. I'm gonna turn this off anymore. We don't have to pay for it. Here we should probably. Yeah, let's speed it up. You're gonna equip warship in the colonies? We will. Maybe it's time to actually start paying for proper navy. We're getting about 15,000 per week. That's excellent. As I said, our income will get smaller as the Americans take over the pretty much all of the colonies. We're gonna stick to our colonies in the north, but that's it. Maybe now is the time to get some more expensive ships. I can get maybe 9-pounders, and we can get 24-pounders. Now we're lacking naval officers, and we're gonna start sending our navy here. This is one of the things. I'm gonna send you to Lemon. Because these ships are cheap to maintain, we can have a lot of them and not really suffer a lot.
Keep moving.
Yeah, I can see American Navy showing up big time. New Haven, we can try to get another ship. Let's go with 9-pounders. Yep. The problem is now that we are running out of naval officers. So what we're gonna do here, we're just gonna switch them. They don't have to be perfect. We needed a lot of these guys for construction projects, but because now we stopped these construction projects, we can actually allow ourselves to do some other stuff. There are a lot of uprisings, a lot of notifications early on. You're gonna go insane with all the notifications. Come on, let's move. I think we're gonna go with printing press over here. We still have to go after... I completely forgot about this. This is also a big blunder on my side. Merchant stall will be necessary. We want to build printing presses because these forts are not of our interest. Like, they're in the middle of our territory and we should not be manning them. But in order to allow ourselves to not mend them, we have to have high loyalty, which we don't. So we need printing press big time. It's an investment. Everything costs money. But if you have money in this game, you're good to go. You're gonna just allow them to flee. Loyalty in Portsmouth is going down. There probably will be additional events that will lower it even more. Okay, you guys gonna go there, and you guys gonna go there. We're gonna form an actual navy. Regardless of the situation, even if you cannot get militia or other infantry units, you can get ships, which is great. Of course, we're gonna get bigger ships. We're gonna get those guys. We're gonna get those guys. Maybe in Portsmouth. Again, additional ship, bigger ship, that is. Hoping that this guy will just move away. Printing press will be necessary. Oh, we have a lot of things to construct here. We can go for a church because this is a place where we recruit a lot of units. And that will be necessary. Then we can go for a blacksmith. I think it's a really big deal. Printing press here. The construction points to 0. Termination of the alliance. That's good. We actually have enough money to do something diplomatically speaking right now, but we can go for a schoolhouse, and I'm gonna go for a carpenter shop. Printing press. Can get this one. I completely forgot about these guys. Damn it. Okay. You're gonna leave the port. You're gonna try to engage enemy ships. You guys are good as well. Leave the port. We're gonna join the fleet. They're just destroying a lot of our ships. Now this will be interesting. I think I'm gonna go for third foot because, as I said, overall research speed would be better. Maybe not good early on, but will be better. Okay, we have some ships on this side. Set sail. Yep. They're gonna be searching for enemy ships. Is this guy still present here? I don't know. Let's find out. Can we try to engage? Okay, we have our forces pretty much everywhere where we need them. Can we just fight them? Yeah, we're trying to lose our general here.
Press the attack.
Just gonna go behind them. Maybe they surrender.
Hold
Yeah,
the line.
finally.
Push through. Regroup here.
These guys gonna form into a single fleet, and they're gonna be seeking for enemy ships. We have to keep guys in Salem for some time. Here we're gonna go for carpenter shop. Schoolhouse. We could spend some extra money on things, but yeah, we're getting a lot of income still. Come on, let's catch up with those guys. Oh, and because we're not really sending a lot of goods to England, we can actually afford not to pay for huge navy. If that makes any sense. Maybe it doesn't, the way I said it, but there is some kind of value to this. Let's put it that way. And as I said before, if you're more efficient, if you send all of your reinforcements immediately, when you get them, you should be attacking the Americans before they can actually establish their armies. Because they start off, whenever a rebellion happens in the city, they start off with like maybe 3 regiments. And they're very small, but they will grow, they will kind of expand. More and more companies will expand, and they're gonna have like full regiments in no time. So now would be the time to go and wreck them. Why? Well, because as I said before, they're gonna get bigger and stronger. And before the creation of Continental Army, when Continental Army is created, you're gonna have more problems basically fighting against regular infantry. You're not gonna be able to hold. Like, having Philly in your possession would be great. Philly is a big city, a lot of population, you can squeeze a lot of money from Philly. The thing is, you cannot really hold all of these territories. That's the major issue. Like this, you can actually hold these territories, but if you extend more than this early on, you're gonna have serious problems. What are we paying for this? I'm just gonna cancel it. So now I don't think we're paying for anything. We're paying for one more mission and it's here. But again, I don't think it's necessary. Okay, we're winning. I would like to get additional ship. Let's create. Do we have officers? Yeah, this is our final naval officer that we can spare. Let's create. And as long as you send bigger convoys, you don't have to worry about them getting destroyed by the American Navy. Maybe later this could be a problem, but right now it's really not. Things are getting worse in Portsmouth, so let's actually send them to Portsmouth before it becomes a problem. Probably this is good. We have a lot of loyalty. Okay, you guys can get out, and alliance offered. As you wish, now you can spend your hard-earned cash improving other things. Currently, I'm not sure if this is the right way to go for me. I could be doing that. Like, I could spend some money in foreign relations with maybe France, trying to get some friendship or whatever. But this is just like exercise of how to be financially savvy. Of course, we're gonna accept those gifts. Things gonna get worse for us, of course. And you can still, even if you're fighting Americans, you can keep your salaries decreased because you're not going to be fighting huge armies. And I would recommend like looting and raiding in these territories. We're going to search for enemy ships. Oh, there is a potential problem in Hempstead, so we're gonna... They're below 40? Yeah, they are. Yeah, things are getting worse with the events, but as long as we have high enough loyalty, things should not be as bad. And we should expect our reinforcements to arrive in no time. We lost 20 ships, we have 31 active, and we have 37 anchored. So we're not really in deficit with ships. Even though it says demand is this, like... Yeah. I don't trust this number at all. How many muskets do we have? We have 800, so we can hire maybe 2 more regiments. We can try, at least. I'm gonna get this one, and then in Portsmouth, we're gonna get a new one. Because why not? Do we have mortars left? Nah. They're only basically We can pull it off. But now we're gonna go to production, and let's go to cannons. Damn it. I kind of messed up. Let me go back. We can try to produce how many? We have only 3 copper, so this will be enough for 4. And we gotta move it up a notch. That should be okay. Maybe we should consider transferring some copper as well. Let me go to goods. Resources. We have a lot of copper. Everything above 100. We could always sell this and make some profits, but we're just gonna send it there. And let me see goods. We're selling fur. So that's good. Oh, I was just about to check 18 days until we get our reinforcements. Morristown is taken. We're gonna abandon Fort Penn because it's only level 1 fort. Province of Quebec. The thing is, we have Portsmouth, Salem, Falmouth. In Providence, things are looking good. We're getting some extra money. Oh ho. Have to worry about those things. These guys are looking good. Let me check headquarters. Supply and logistics, government efficiency. Yeah, as long as we have big enough convoys coming in, we should not be worried too much about the enemy navy. Smuggling operation? What? 3-pounders. I don't really like 3-pounders. In all honesty, I think they're rather bad. Okay, things are looking better in Leicester as well. Improving in Boston area. Silent sympathizers. That's great. We're gonna be in plus once this building is constructed. Well, Millbro is not really looking great. We're making some money. But if you were raiding here and you were fighting the Americans, you will be getting more. I do not want to do that because, as I said before, I cannot really save the game. And there's no point in me like playing for hours and then releasing it. It's already too long. So we're going to try to squeeze it into 2 hours. Yeah, we're gonna provide them with gifts. HMS Juliet. Just gonna be hunting for enemy ships. Once more, we have a lot of specialists. That is excellent. ship degradation should be lower. Okay, right now we're getting 4,000 per week. As we said, our income gonna be lower, and there is nothing we can do about it as the Americans are taking more and more settlements. But what we can do is to ensure that we have our own production. We paid a lot of money for construction, and now we can actually do something else. Here we can build, what exactly? Tax office is appealing. Yeah, let's go with tax office. We will try to get some extra cash. Okay. Enemy's getting some additional reinforcements. This is why I'm talking about, like, being aggressive here. Because we could spare these troops from this position. Even more, if I was kind of more efficient, my reinforcements would be here already. And you can take, like, a, I don't know, a brigade and just go and then rack the Americans wherever you find them. The thing is, when they get tired and when they attrition, you just go and rotate them back. Like, you use the fresh regiments and do the same. And never allow them to really get big numbers, because they can, believe me, they can get insanely big numbers here. Even though you have superiority in quality, you have superiority in weapons in particular, they can still hurt you quite a bit. So be careful. Yeah, creation of Continental Army, it's June 14th. We're getting our reinforcements. You guys gonna go straight for New York, I guess? And this is when you can actually fight them back, as we said before. We're getting, without construction, we're getting about 4,000 per week, which is good. We could also spend some extra cash on upgrades. Here maybe we can go with this one. You can always sell some construction material if you really want to. You can always sell something. I want to keep it for the time being, because I also believe that I should be investing into regional level construction, which we haven't done yet. But maybe we should consider doing so. Here we can go for stable. I think this will be the first time we have a stable. I can hear Americans moving in. So I'm just going to transfer extra troops to these forts. This is cool. This is also one of the moments when you can actually go on the offensive. And really try to take them out. And they're gonna have more and more men, and this is why it's very, very important to be able to fight them. And if I did this, you know, it will be forever. And because I cannot really have a save, what's the purpose of fighting this? Okay, they're getting more and more ships. Our ships are better. Maybe we're not as numerous as they are, but we have better ships. Oh. We're gonna get you guys there. New Haven is looking better, I think. Well, guys, I think that's it. We paid for our king's wishes. We could actually speed up some of the technologies, but I'm not gonna do that here. And we're below 2 hours, so that's kind of fine. I did not play this one perfectly. What I missed was basically bringing our reinforcements earlier on, but it didn't change much because we were not supposed to fight. Like, I didn't want to fight, which I strongly recommend. Before the creation of Continental Army, do not try to keep these regions because you cannot. You kind of have to man every single city on your way, and this will be a huge problem. Literally a huge problem. Then that you're not gonna have basically army to fight with. But if you try to consolidate along these lines, you don't have to do the same thing I did. You can change it a little bit more. The reason I'm holding to these insignificant cities is because for their forts. The second thing, they have fur trade, which is the most lucrative type of trade of production. Yeah, and it's easy to defend. Basically, that's the entire story. We are still making some money. We're spending a lot of things on construction, and we're making maybe about 3,000 and 4,000 per week, practically speaking. We have only 2 navies, 3 ships each, but these are bigger ships, and they can handle smaller American vessels. You can maybe even get the 3rd one, but I don't really recommend it. I think that would be too much. You can also always keep your eyes on how many anchored ships you have, and this will be a good indicator of do you need to produce more ships or not. We're gonna be losing them, especially because we gave up a lot of our navy, but I don't think it's a really big deal. I forgot about this unit, and we can maybe give them those mortars. Now I feel a bit better. But yeah, I think that it's great to try to transfer your fur into Europe and try to sell it, but I think it's very efficient, and you're going to be struggling for money if you decide to opt for it. I think they need to work a little bit harder on it. Maybe what happens is that ships, when they come to England, they also need to go back to the US, and maybe this is why we have a lot of anchored ships. I don't know. I'm not sure how it works. But I was never able to transfer as many goods as I needed to, even though I had a lot of anchored ships. So it's a big question. Anyways, guys, tell me what you think about the British campaign. Tell me what you think about surviving economically, because I think this is by far the biggest challenge you can face. If you have good economy, if you have healthy specialists and construction materials, you can pretty much do anything. So tell me what kind of technologies you're looking for, what kind of technologies you're trying to research. Did you have any major bugs during the campaign? And that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna wait for campaign to go back to Steam, and I hope that my saves will be accessible once again, and then we're gonna start with probably a new campaign. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being with my channel. I love you guys, and see you next time. Bye bye for now.